Mm.
Hi folks, this is Ian here, and today I'm going to continue with my series of resistance exercises and diet. But I first want to clarify something, because someone said as a comment that he doesn't eat any meat. And how does it work? Well, the answer I can give it you is that the older you get, the more proteins you need. You need animal proteins, and that means it includes meat. So what I am living on is meat and eggs and cheese as my origin of animal protein. Because when you do muscle training, or resistance training as I call it, you need animal proteins to develop muscle synthesis, because your body actually needs proteins to develop your muscles. So if you take in everyday regular proteins and you do your exercise, the results will be even more phenomenal. Now, at my age, I'm well over 60, and I've started the carnivore diet over 1 year ago, and I must say it's doing me very good. So I lost a lot of weight, and so now it's time for me to gain muscle, not fat but muscle. And I can start with these bands, the small resistance bands, because you can do a number of exercises, and I will just show you what you can do with the small bands. Of course, you can do it by extending it, by expanding it. That's one of the things you could do. You expand it, and now you will notice I will expand it in different ways. And you can count up to, let's say, 100 until you are exhausted doing it in different ways. Okay, now this is the way I do it, and on an everyday basis I use these bands on an everyday basis is to stimulate the muscles on my shoulders. Okay, and you can see I can do it in a different way, and with my left hand up, and I'm still pulling, because the idea is to pull the resistance. And I do until I am tired on the one hand, and then I can do it on the other hand as well. Now you can do it yourself, and you can count yourself how much you want to. You can do it up to 100 or even up to 1,000, And by simply changing, by changing the hand that does the exercise, you are actually then having the rest period, because one hand just holds the band and the other hand then pulls the band, okay, in different ways, in a different direction, which means different muscles in your shoulder, your biceps, your triceps are then stimulated and activated, and that is after you've taken in the proteins. Okay, now in order to make it stronger, I've also take a double the size. These are the heavy ones, as you can see, the heavy ones, and it's of course harder to pull, but then when you do pull, you are really pulling your muscles to fatigue. And that's the whole idea. The idea with the resistance training, for those of you out there, you just need, and you need some training tips. This is one of the tips I can show you how to do it, and you just follow my example, and you can do as many reps as you can, because the idea is you must do it until you're exhausted. All right, that's the thing, is exercise until you exhausted, because when you're exhausted, then you've worked your muscles, right? So I'm not going to give you any specific reps and sets, but you follow the advice and you simply do it. And this is one of it, and the other is I also have the short, short one here, And this is also very good because then I can do it also in the same way. But the best thing I can do with this one, apart from the same one, was to do it behind my back. As you can see. And the harder you pull, the more you activate your muscles. You just have to pull as hard as you can. And you pull in this direction, you go up in that direction, and you notice that different muscles, as you can see on the video, are being spoken of, are being addressed. Now, I like to do this one here because this is for the, you hold it like this. This is the way you hold it, and of course you put your hand up, and this is now for also your arm and your bicep muscles. You do it a couple of times until you're exhausted. Okay, and you do it with the other hand as well. Hold it very nicely, and then go up with your hand very up above your head, and that way you will be exhausting yourself very, very nicely. And then when you've done this for 100 times, you will notice that you have really worked. Then I have these soft ones here for your glutes. These are pretty good. You can use them. Like I said, this is a full body workout, and what I'm going to do is just simply put this on, around my legs, as you can see, and then also as a result of this, I will be doing my leg muscles. And so what I do is bring it up over my knees, and you see when it's over the knees, in this way you activate all your muscles. And I have another one, it's just above my knees, and you can see the idea is to stand wide apart and feel the pull on your legs, and at the same time you do, because now you're working on your arm muscles and your leg muscles, and you go into a haunch when you do that. You can also do this 100 times, and you'll notice you are really exercising your whole body. You can go as low as you wish. Okay, and I'm only doing this just to demonstrate to you what you can do, and this is what I do practically every single day, and that is, without going to the gym, I am able to exercise all the muscles in my body. And the last one that I like to use are these, also the strongest bands that I have, and they are very good. I still have this on to keep me in tone, and then you can go as high as you wish. And these are for your stomach, your abdomen muscles, and also for your biceps. As long as the resistance is there. As long as you have resistance, and as long as you feel the burn. And I'm feeling the burn on my abdomen, and also feeling the burn on my arms. And this is exactly what you should be feeling as well. And you do this 100 times, and you will notice the difference in your exercise. On a regular basis, you will see your body transforming. And coupled with the carnivore diet, which is just eating proteins, you will also notice the big difference. And this is the last one, where I take double. They're both the heaviest you can get, and you can lift them the highest, because the idea is, I always say, take the heaviest load and do as many as you can, because you won't be able to when the resistance is very heavy. But you'll see it works on your entire body. Your base will also feel the pull when you're pulling this, and you can go on your haunches with the belt, and you will see that you are really doing this. Do this a couple of times, And that's all that you basically need, you know. That's all that you basically need. And then for good measure, I would just take this and do a little bit of stretching with it for good measure. That's for my neck and back muscles, as you can see. And so the idea is to give yourself a full